Taking in exclusive news and information on This is Exclusive Today, viewers. Wells Fargo has now sacked the Air India P-Gate accused Shankar Mishra. I go across to my colleague Prajwal, who's joining us live. Prajwal, what is happening? Massive impact of our campaign.
Absolutely, because Republic has been at it, and now we have accessed the press release by Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has clearly gone on to mention that it holds their employees in the highest standards of both professional as well as personal behavior, and we find these allegations extremely and deeply disturbing. This individual has been terminated from Wells Fargo. We are cooperating with the law enforcement and ask that any additional enquiries should be directed towards them. So Wells Fargo is basically cutting off all the ties with the accused over here and stating that if there is any sort of further queries that will have to be done, the media can go and approach the law enforcement authorities, because whatever information that Wells Fargo had about their ex-employee Shankar Mishra, it will be directly given to the law enforcement authorities as well. So curtains down for Shankar Mishra, at least in Wells Fargo, where he was the vice president and was heading the business unit out here in Bengaluru. So all said and done now, finally we will have to look at how the law enforcement authorities will go on and act on it. And apart from that, now we are also getting to understand that the cops have collected details about when Shankar Mishra was present in office as well, because he was last seen in Bengaluru is what we get to understand when he was an employee of this particular organization. Now it is also being stated that his IP address is still active in Bengaluru and is still being traced to Bengaluru too. So these are some sensitive piece of crucial evidence and information that the cops are now collecting, and it is being understood that the Karnataka cops are also going on and sharing this information with their Delhi counterparts too, so that it will go on and help them nab Shankar Mishra, who is still present in Bengaluru.
I also want to tell our viewers, as this is happening, this is only because of the Republic massive impact of the coverage we've been doing for the past few days, because no other channel has dared to pick up this issue. Maybe if it had been an airline that was by the government, it could have caused a political earthquake. But Prajwal, I want to come back to this bit of information, because even as the lawyer for Shankar Mishra has been trying to defy and be defiant in this, we've clearly seen action now being taken for the very first time. We're also seeing the DGCA issue an advisory, a complete shake-up in the guidelines of how passengers need to be treated. But some action from Wells Fargo after the coverage on Republic TV. They've said we are now, and I'm going to quote from the statement that has I beg your pardon, I'm going to quote from the statement that's there from Wells Fargo and Company. It says, regarding the November 22 incident aboard a New York-Delhi Air India flight, we hold employees in the highest standards of professional and personal behavior. We find these allegations disturbing. And the most crucial line, Prajwal, this individual has now been terminated from Wells Fargo. So action coming from Wells Fargo, even as we have our reporters in Delhi. Harsha will be joining us, telling us what's happening at Air India. Who are the people who've been questioned at the Air India, whether they're now being called to Bombay to be questioned further. Prajwal, I want to ask you one further question. Now that the statement is out, what is known about the whereabouts of Shankar Mishra?
Now, Rhythm, so far, according to the information that we have accessed, it is now being learnt that Shankar Mishra has been quite active on all his social media platforms, where he has changed his identity from Shankar Mishra to a person by the name of Suraj. He's also gone on to do that in several other social media handles. Some of his social media platforms has been completely deleted. But as we are, as it is there in the course of the investigation, the cops have also gone on to trace that these are the same credentials that he's also posted on yet another social media platform, which still maintains that he is the vice president at Wells Fargo. So this is something which is quite shocking. And 2 days ago, there was a lot of activity on his social media platforms, which sources are pointing to us. Sources who are in the know of the investigation has stated that he's gone on to change his identities on all the social media platforms too. And his average screen time, which was usually around 2 to 3 hours on a particular social media platform, has increased to 8 to 10 hours only because of the fact that he has been receiving messages from many people asking him to quit, asking him to take moral responsibility as well. And it is also pointing out to to the fact that he had also been under a lot of social pressure too, because on the 5th of January, Wells Fargo also released a statement, but it nowhere mentioned about the termination. But today, after the exclusive coverage by Republic outside the office of Wells Fargo as well, where we have also tried to approach their PROs, their representatives, and also tried calling them, they remained mum. But now finally they have been forced to go on and issue a statement saying that Shankar Mishra has been terminated. His whereabouts in Bengaluru is still not being known, but from what we understand, cops, sources in the department, sources in the police department are pointing out to the fact that they know where he is. His geolocation and coordinates are being tracked as of now, and they will surely help their Delhi counterparts as soon as they land in Bengaluru to track down Shankar Mishra and also nab him and take him back to Delhi.
Yes. All right. I'm sure, Prajwal, that his arrest is imminent. I'm also going to introduce Harsha, who's joining us on the broadcast. First, I also want to introduce our guest, Raj Lakshmi Joshi, who's an activist joining us live from Mumbai. Raj Lakshmi, the kind of furor that's been caused, it's only been caused because of certain coverage that Republic has carried out. The larger picture that we are trying to look at here, Wells Fargo takes action. When is Air India going to come out with a proper apology? Retrospective statements clearly are not enough.
Good evening, Rhythm. And, I find it appalling that there have been so many lapses on so many fronts. Starting from, obviously, the person, this Shankar Mishra, this creep, who is going all out to dodge every accusation possible. In spite of all these WhatsApp chats, that they are putting out, trying to claim that there was some kind of an understanding between him and the victim. On the contrary, it only goes on to prove that he was at fault. Definitely, he was at fault. But what I find shocking, even more shocking, is that the Air India crew, instead of taking any kind of action against him, instead of immediately reporting him, detaining him, or doing anything of that sort, they in fact tried to bring them both to a negotiation. They tried to in fact bring her face to face with the accused. They tried to settle down the matter. It should have been there should have been so much of a sensitization on their side. I don't think that they needed to wait for some kind of a guideline to be told what kind of a action they should be taking in such an such a matter, because I don't think that somebody needs to be told that you have to take action if some some unruly passenger is urinating on another person. Is that something? Is that something that needs to be told to someone that this is what you need to be doing? And I find it shocking that they did not find it necessary to report it to their superiors, and the Air India officials also, even on the ground staff also, they did not take any action. They just left it to the kind of personal negotiation between the accused and to the victim. How could they do that?
Yes.
And I find another thing also. What I would like to say is, every woman out there who feels that her modesty has been outraged, I don't think that she should wait for anybody else to come out and help her. She should go out and take whatever action necessary at that very instant. Because I just want to say that now today the lawyer also is mentioning that there are no witnesses here right now. So I just want to just remind you all that this was on an international flight, so we don't know where the co-passengers must have gone. They may even have left the country for all you know. So it is quite possible that all the evidence, all the eyewitnesses are just they have maybe they have gone out of the country. So if the lady had taken stricter action earlier, maybe things would have been a little easier if she had actually thought of going into this. The thing is that most victims, they feel that they should not be coming out with such things. No, her name can be kept a secret, but she should come out.
Absolutely,
and she should not feel,
Raj Lakshmi.
Yes.
When we're talking Rajlakshmi, when we are talking about what happened with the lady, I wonder what the Air India crew was doing. I want to ask Harsha what's happening. Harsha, since morning you've been tracking the story. You've seen whether the Air India CEO is questioning people, whether there is the crew that's being questioned. Take us through the action through the day. And the last question that we really need to be asking, and our viewers are asking, is why this complete clam up with activists, with the aviation experts not talking about it? Who enjoys this kind of clout? And will India continue working in a manner in which Air India can wash its hand off this incident? So Harsha, first about the update since morning, and then we ask this larger question.
Exactly, Rhythm. Now, since this incident has come in light, we are seeing from the day one that Air India is trying to cover up and suppress the entire issue. Until now, be it the DGCA, be it the Civil Aviation Ministry, be it the attention of the public, which this entire incident has grabbed, everyone is asking for the justice for that victim. At least he should be jailed. 30 days punishment is not enough, which has been done on the part of Air India. And now we have got to know that an internal inquiry has been set up by Air India CMD CEO. Earlier, we saw that Campbell Wilson, who is the CEO of Air India, he has mentioned that the crew members, the staff, the pilot have failed the airlines. They haven't done their duty properly. They have not complied with the actions. They have not complied with the procedure which they have to follow. And today we were getting to know that in National Capital, the CEO has inquired and investigated and recorded the written statements of the pilot and co-pilot, and all the crew members of the Air India and along with the pilot have been called to Mumbai Air India office tomorrow. So we're expecting at least any serious action should be taken against the crew members as well, because DGCA has especially quoted that the crew members, pilot have tarnished the image of the airlines. Not only that, they had certain duty, because when a pilot is there, when a captain is there, he is carrying airlines and cargo with him. It's his responsibility for the safety and comfort of the passenger, and that do a passenger who's traveling in business class, her safety was not looked in by the senior attendants at the crew members. And right now, Rhythm, we are waiting at IGI police station. We are told that the pilot, the group captain, will be coming late in the evening for the interrogation, because there's one interrogation which is also going on in this police station with the crew members and the pilot of that particular airlines. Yesterday we saw the crew members came in, and today we are waiting for the pilots to come in and they record their statements here at IGI, because some serious allegations are there, and he did urinate, because we heard the phone conversation. And with this Rhythm, I would like our viewers to hear the telephonic conversation which I had with the advocate of the accused, Shankar Mishra, his lawyer Ishani Sharma. What did she say? She was stating that there were no eyewitness in the airlines. Listen into the telephonic conversation. Verifying my client. No, ma'am, I just had to ask some simple questions to you, ma'am. I just thought, I will get a brief idea after speaking to you.
I would put forth, I would answer your questions to the best of my ability. I would answer your questions to the best of my ability.
Okay, ma'am, I would like to ask you, ma'am, like you have pushed a statement from the side of Shankar Mishra, and ma'am, you have stated that he is cooperating with the investigation while the police is on the go and searching for him. Ma'am, where exactly is the ma'am, your client Shankar Mishra?
Do you really think that I'm obligated to answer that? I'm not going to answer that.
Okay.
I mean, you can ask me anything about the statement. You can ask me anything about how the picture is not as the media is painting it. It is not black and white. There's a grey side to it. How, if there is no eyewitness account, eyewitness statement, no eyewitness present in a flight that was nearing full, the crew is not admitting that, okay, they have seen the incident happen. How is that possible on a flight that something like that happened when there is no eyewitness to it? You can ask me that if there are two people in a business class seat and there's somebody in between from the aisle, and how did the woman get drenched and the man in between did not get drenched? So there is a lot of grey to it. There is a lot of things that are yet a matter of evidence trial and for the court to decide. I would just sincerely request all of you to please wait for the other side of the story and not kill a person's reputation on air in front of the entire country.
Okay, ma'am, just a follow-up question, like what you said. Ma'am, you said that there was a middle person also. He didn't get drenched in urine while the victim said...
The statement the woman has made say that there was a man who tapped and told him to get back on his feet.
Yes.
So that man doesn't complain on anything of that reaching that man, right? I'm not officially saying anything right now. I am just pulling out things from her version of the story.
Ma'am, what was your client Shankar Mishra? What was he apologizing for? Because the WhatsApp chats, the statement which you gave.
What he was accused, he was apologizing for the accusations that were laid on him, which he was unsure of.
So, Ishani ji, can we say that what you are stating is those are accusations? That means that Shankar Mishra, who's the accused in this case, he is saying that he didn't urinate on the victim.
See, again, how can we have a black and white to this? This is a matter of the woman in question has gone and filed an FIR. It is something that is a matter of investigation now. I cannot say that he did not, and you cannot say that he did. That's all I'm saying. That if there is something that is yet to be proven, I cannot say if something has to be proven in the court that he did not do it. I can only push my case saying that these are the circumstances that say that he would not have done it. You cannot say that he did it and he should be vilified countrywide for having done that, which is not yet proven in front of the court.
But Ishani ji, he did urinate and the extra clothes were offered.
Were you there?
No, but woman wrote in her complaint what incidents happened.
So this is now for a third party to decide, and this country has a judicial system which is where all of these decisions will be taken. That's exactly what I'm saying, right?
And about the eyewitnesses, ma'am, as you are yourself stating that the flight was full, there were many people. Then there would be co-passengers who would have seen it.
I have no record to say that the flight was full. I am saying the flight had more than these three people we are talking about. It definitely had more than these people. Now, the one man who told him to get back to his seat, the man, Shankar Mishra, and the respected lady. The flight had more people, and nobody has come forth to say that I have seen him doing this. They have seen the ruckus that was created post, that is fine. But nobody has come on record to say that I have seen them doing this. Well, if somebody comes, that's all right. Also,
what exactly, Ishani ji, what exactly is the theory you are putting it? Because on one side you are saying that there is no proof of he did that. Exactly what happened then, according to accused?
I'm a lawyer. I'm an officer to the court. I have a duty to the court. I have a duty to my client. I cannot make a statement about my theory or my side of the story because that's not the right thing to do.
Okay, ma'am, one more thing. Because there are two teams of Delhi police, one in Bangalore and one in Mumbai right now, and we are being told that the accused have switched off his phone and he's not being located. Can we expect an arrest or a surrender? Is there any plan of surrender that the accused will surrender himself?
I'm not obligated to answer that. Don't ask me questions I don't answer.
But as a lawyer, are you planning to take a court way for anticipatory bail or something?
Our future course of action will be made known to you in due course of time. Thank you so much.
Republic 45.7%. Republic TV has 331% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment.
And a quick check of the other top stories we are tracking for you this morning. Sunil Shetty met Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath in Mumbai to talk about film opportunities in Uttar Pradesh. During the visit, the actor mentioned about anti-Bollywood trends in social media and reportedly sought help from the UP Chief Minister, also assuring him that 99% in the industry do not do drugs or any sort of wrong work.
लोगों तक ये पहुंचाना बहुत जरूरी है कि हम अच्छा भी बहुत काम कर चुके हैं। हमारे बीच एक रॉटन एप्पल तो कहीं भी होता ही है, लेकिन उसमें हम सबको आप लोग नहीं गिन सकते कि हम सब ऐसे हैं, क्योंकि फिलहाल ऑडियंस के दिमाग में यही है कि बॉलीवुड यानी हिंदी सिनेमा यानी जगह अच्छी नहीं है। हमने अच्छी फिल्में भी की है, मैं बॉर्डर जैसी फिल्में भी था और बाकी काफी अच्छी फिल्में में रहा हूँ। तो यही है कि ये जो परसेप्शन हमारा चल रहा है कि हैशटैग बॉयकॉट बॉलीवुड, वो हम सबको मिलकर उसे कैसे हटाया जा सकता है।
In the Shraddha Walkar death case, accused Aftab Amin Poonawalla will be produced before the Saket court or in New Delhi today. Delhi police will soon record the statement of crew members in connection to the Air India incident that took place on the 26th of November. And according to sources, Air India's crew members and pilots who are currently in Mumbai have been asked to appear before the police as well. Ten days after the shocking November 26th incident on a New York-Delhi Air India flight, another episode of a drunk male passenger allegedly urinating on a female passenger's blanket was reported on a Paris-Delhi sector flight, but there was no penal action after he gave a written apology. BJP National President JP Nadda slams Congress leader and former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Earlier, Congress leader Siddaramaiah called Basavaraj Bommai a puppy before Prime Minister Modi. Condemning the statement, BJP President JP Nadda said that the former Chief Minister of Karnataka has given a very wrong statement. This is an insult. TMC leader Saket Gokhale's bail has been denied by the court in Ahmedabad in connection to the crowdfunding misuse case. Gokhale was subsequently sent to jail under judicial custody. He will now have to approach the Sessions Court for relief. Prime Minister Modi will flag off Ganga Vilas cruise on January 13 and preparations.
निधि 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 है निधि 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 प्लीज आ जाओ प्लीज कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि निधि है घर में निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे निधि निधि कुछ बोलना चाहेंगे आप कुछ भी बोलेंगे निधि कुछ भी निधि को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है देखिए निधि कुछ कहना चाहते हैं निधि निधि दौड़ रही है निधि 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 देखिए निधि जी निधि कुछ कहना है निधि 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 को लेकर पुलिस जा रही है देखिए ये तस्वीरें मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूं निधि घर के अंदर थी हमने नॉक भी किया लेकिन निधि ने खोला नहीं था दरवाजा और अब निधि को पुलिस लेकर यहां से जा रही है हमारे सवालों का जवाब नहीं दिया हमने पूछने की कोशिश की निधि आखिर क्या था पूरा मामला आखिर क्यों आप पर्दे के पीछे क्या बयान दे रहे हैं आखिर कुछ नहीं कहा निधि नहीं लेकिन निधि को पुलिस लेकर यहां से चली गई है जाहिर तौर पर उससे पूछताछ होगी कई सवाल जो अनसुलझे हैं उन सवालों के जवाब भी पुलिस अब निधि से लेने वाली है
This is Abhishek Kapoor reporting from New Delhi and this is Republic.
On to international updates. UN Security Council held an emergency meeting at the request of the Palestinians and other Islamic and non-Islamic nations to protest the visit of ultra-nationalist Israeli cabinet minister to a Jerusalem holy site. The Palestinian UN ambassador cited widespread condemnation of Ben-Gvir's visit. Overnight rains have caused streets to flood in downtown Santa Barbara. An atmospheric river is moving further south as people living in flood-prone areas of Montecito went to their closet rescue station. And a quick check of the other top stories we are tracking for you this morning. Sunil Shetty met Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath in Mumbai to talk about film opportunities in Uttar Pradesh. During the visit, the actor mentioned about anti-Bollywood trends in social media and reportedly sought help from the UP Chief Minister, also assuring him that 99% in the industry do not do drugs or any sort of wrong work.
लोगों तक ये पहुंचाना बहुत जरूरी है कि हम अच्छा भी बहुत काम कर चुके हैं। हमारे बीच एक रॉटन एप्पल तो कहीं भी होता ही है, लेकिन उसमें हम सबको आप लोग नहीं गिन सकते कि हम सब ऐसे हैं, क्योंकि फिलहाल ऑडियंस के दिमाग में यही है कि बॉलीवुड यानी हिंदी सिनेमा यानी जगह अच्छी नहीं है। हमने अच्छी फिल्में भी की है। मैं बॉर्डर जैसी फिल्में भी था और बाकी काफी अच्छी फिल्में में रहा हूँ। तो यही है कि ये जो परसेप्शन हमारा चल रहा है कि हैशटैग बॉयकॉट बॉलीवुड, वो हम सबको मिलकर उसे कैसे हटाया जा सकता है।
In the Shraddha Walkar death case, accused Aftab Amin Poonawalla will be produced before the Saket court or in New Delhi today. Delhi police will soon record the statement of crew members in connection to the Air India incident that took place on the 26th of November. And according to sources, Air India's crew members and pilots who are currently in Mumbai have been asked to appear before the police as well. Ten days after the shocking November 26th incident on a New York-Delhi Air India flight, another episode of a drunk male passenger allegedly urinating on a female passenger's blanket was reported on a Paris-Delhi sector flight, but there was no penal action after he gave a written apology. BJP National President JP Nadda slams Congress leader and former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Earlier, Congress leader Siddaramaiah called Basavaraj Bommai a puppy before Prime Minister Modi. Condemning this statement, BJP President JP Nadda said that the former Chief Minister of Karnataka has given a very wrong statement. This is an insult.
It's a massive Republic campaign impact. Wells Fargo sacks accused Shankar Mishra. Air India P-gate issue explodes. National focus on Air India's inaction as accused unleashes lawyer blames the 70-year-old woman passenger. Sacked by company but not arrested yet. India says arrest Shankar Mishra. Nobody knows where he is. Fist fight, punches, violence, all-out ruckus in the national capital as BJP versus AAP face-off intensifies. Fresh twists and turns in the Delhi hit-and-run case. Back-to-back CCTV tapes emerge. Who's the mystery man seen in this video? Thank you for joining us on Republic this evening on Live and Breaking. The pictures of the day. We're not proud of these pictures, but it happened. In Delhi, the mayor elections, the local body elections have been discussed. The Aam Aadmi Party is in a majority there. But the pictures from this morning, just before the people of Delhi voted for a mayor, completely unprecedented. Look at those pictures. These were the pictures, and we'll play out those sequences. The sequences of what unfolded as elected representatives came to blows on both BJP and Aam Aadmi Party claims. Both parties are saying that their leaders are injured. Now, this is nothing. There are so many sequences of them pushing each other, attacking each other. Some elected representatives showing blood-soaked hands and clothes. Now, all of this happened because they wanted to pick a mayor. The BJP wants its own mayor. The Aam Aadmi Party wants its own mayor. Let's play out the pictures, the 14 or 15 moments of shame from inside the Delhi Civic house. And this is how the story is unfolding. Let's play out those pictures.
हज कमेटी के मेंबर हमेशा दिल्ली सरकार द्वारा नियुक्त किए जाते हैं। फाइल एलजी के पास भेजी जाती है और वो साइन करके वापस भेजते हैं। आज तक दिल्ली सरकार के इतिहास में ऐसा नहीं हुआ है कि जो नाम दिल्ली सरकार द्वारा भेजे गए हों उनको रिप्लेस करके कोई एक नया नाम हज कमेटी में एलजी द्वारा डाला गया। और किसका नाम डाला एलजी ने? कांग्रेस की लीडर ऑफ द हाउस नाजिया दानिश का नाम भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नुमाइंदे एलजी साहब ने डाला है। ये क्या दिखा रहा है? ये स्पष्ट तौर पे दिखा रहा है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी में और कांग्रेस में डील हुई है। नाजिया दानिश को हज कमेटी की मेंबरशिप दी गई है और इन रिटर्न उन्होंने कांग्रेस के पार्षदों का आज की वोटिंग से वॉकआउट इंश्योर किया है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को स्टैंडिंग कमेटी के चुनाव में फायदा पहुंच सके।
देखिए, मेयर के चुनाव के अंदर तो डायरेक्ट इलेक्शन होता है और आम आदमी पार्टी के 134 पार्षद हैं, भाजपा के 104 हैं, तो जाहिर सी बात है कि इस इलेक्शन में मेयर जो है आम आदमी पार्टी की बनेगी, डिप्टी मेयर भी आम आदमी पार्टी के बनेंगे। मगर जो दूसरा चुनाव है, जो कि एक बड़ा अहम चुनाव है जो आज होने जा रहा है, वो स्टैंडिंग कमेटी का चुनाव है, जिसके अंदर प्रेफरेंशियल वोटिंग होती है। और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का सबसे बेहतर तरीका, द बेस्ट के सिनेरियो ये था कि कांग्रेस के काउंसलर्स वॉकआउट कर जाएं, क्योंकि जैसे ही कांग्रेस के पार्षद वॉकआउट करते हैं, हाउस ऐसी स्थिति में आ जाता है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी स्टैंडिंग कमेटी के अंदर अपना कब्जा कर पाएगी। ये बड़ी अजीब बात है कि जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी का बेस्ट केस सिनेरियो था वो कांग्रेस कर रही है, और भारतीय जनता पार्टी पहले दिन से कह रही थी कि उनकी कांग्रेस से बातचीत हो गई है। और दूसरी एक बात बताता हूं आपको, जहां पे प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर आम आदमी पार्टी का बनना था, एलजी साहब दखल करके भारतीय जनता पार्टी का बना रहे हैं। मगर वहीं पे हज कमेटी के अंदर कांग्रेस की पार्षदा नाजिया दानिश जो ओखला से आती हैं, उनको भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एलजी साहब ने हज कमेटी में नॉमिनेट किया है। ये आज फाइल आई है हमारे पास। इसका मतलब कांग्रेस का और भारतीय जनता पार्टी का लेन देन शुरू हो गया, सेटिंग शुरू हो गई। कांग्रेस के मुस्लिम पार्षदों को भारतीय जनता पार्टी के एलजी पोस्ट बांट रहे हैं और कांग्रेस भारतीय जनता पार्टी की मदद करने के लिए हाउस से आज वॉकआउट करेगी। तो ये खुली सेटिंग जो आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी और कांग्रेस के बीच में दिखी है, ये आज सारा देश देखेगा। और मुझे बड़ी खुशी है कि आज कांग्रेस पूरी तरीके से एक्सपोज हो गई है।
मैम, आज जो तस्वीरें देखी हैं आपने अंदर, आपको लगता है कि ये पार्षद इस तरह से चीजें करते हैं?
नहीं, ये देखिए नहीं करते हैं, लेकिन आम आदमी पार्टी क्या हरकत कर सकती है ये आपको समझना होगा। एक अंग्रेजी में कहते हैं माई वे और हाईवे, ये वही हरकत है। और मैं आपको याद दिलाना चाहती हूँ कि मेरी आंखों के सामने जो रील रिपीट हुई है, वो रील रिपीट हुई है 26 जनवरी का दिन, जब रेल भवन के ऊपर अरविंद केजरीवाल अपना स्लीपिंग बैग लेकर पहुंच गए थे और उन्होंने स्वघोषित जो है वो एनार्किस्ट हूँ मैं, ये डिक्लेयर किया था। मेरे सामने वही चेहरे और वही सीन रिपीट होता है जब इनके नॉमिनेटेड सांसद राज्यसभा के अंदर पीठासीन अधिकारी के सामने बदतमीजी करते हैं और माइक तोड़ते हैं, और आज भी इन्होंने वही हरकत की है।
आज तस्वीर कुछ भयावह आई, लेकिन अब ये आरोप लग रहा है, जो आपके काउंसलर्स लगा रहे हैं, कि आम आदमी पार्टी के कुछ काउंसलर्स अंदर ड्रिंक करके आए थे और महिला काउंसलर्स जो बीजेपी की, उनके साथ बदतमीजी की। आपको कुछ पता चला ऐसा?
देखिए, मुझे ये पता चला कि बदतमीजी हुई है। अब वो पीने की स्थिति में हुई थी या नहीं हुई थी उसकी मेरे पास जानकारी नहीं है, मगर जिनके साथ हुई है उनको बेहतर जानकारी होगी।
कार्रवाई किस तरह से आप लोग करना चाहेंगे?
जो भी नियम अनुसार चीज़ें हो सकती हैं, इनके खिलाफ जहाँ जहाँ कंप्लेंट जा सकती है और जो केस बन सकते हैं वो
ये इसलिए क्योंकि इनको डर है कि मेयर इलेक्शन हार सकते हैं?
देख, मैं वही कह रही हूँ, मैं इनको कहीं ना कहीं इस बात का, अगर संख्या आपके पास है तो आपको डर किस बात का? आप भी वोट दीजिए, हम भी वोट देंगे, जो तय होगा वो तय होगा।
Getting in some breaking news now that all Delhi BJP leaders will sit on a protest tomorrow. There's going to be a protest in the national capital. All Delhi BJP leaders will sit on a protest against the attack inside Delhi Civic House today. This is against the attack on their councillors. MPs, MLAs and councillors of the BJP in the national capital are expected to sit on a protest at Rajghat along with senior BJP leaders. That's happening at about 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. Piyush is joining me with the details. Piyush.
Well, absolutely, Niranjan. What we are now hearing from our sources from Delhi BJP is that all BJP leaders, be it MP, MLA, senior leaders of Delhi BJP, also all the elected councillors, which means 7 MPs, 8 MLAs, 104 councillors of BJP, along with the top leadership of Delhi BJP, which also includes Delhi BJP president, vice president and also the general secretary. So entire unit of Delhi BJP is going to sit on protest tomorrow in national capital at 11:30. They are at Rajghat and they are going to protest against the unruly behavior, unprecedented scenes. So we saw there inside the Delhi Civic Center, at the floor of the house, where the councillors were attacked. What we are also learning is that they are going to tell to the people of Delhi as to how not only the councillors were misbehaved, but also they are going to highlight as to how Aam Aadmi Party councillors were drunk when they were inside the house. So these are the allegations which BJP is now levelling. On the other side, Aam Aadmi Party is making counter-claim. Aam Aadmi Party is now coming out and saying that what BJP is saying is absolutely lie. And there's a conspiracy which is going on at the part of BJP and Congress to defeat Aam Aadmi Party, as just because our Congress party wants to help BJP, it today walked out of the elections. Today in the morning, Niranjan, when we reached there at around 11 a.m. at Civic Center, we saw as to how the brawls took place, violence took place. Unprecedented scenes were there on the floor of the house where the councillors were attacked, and it was happening because of the oath-taking ceremony. What Aam Aadmi Party was claiming is that till now, first the councillors were allowed to take oath, not the nominated councillors, but today nominated councillors were allowed to take oath, and it was some sort of an ego issue, a disrespect to the Aam Aadmi Party councillors, as Aam Aadmi Party has got the majority in the house. So it was somewhere an ego fight at the part of Aam Aadmi Party, but BJP is saying that even if nominated councillors were allowed to take oath first, what was the problem? Why did Aam Aadmi Party took law in their hand? Why did they attack women councillors? Why did they come inside the house after consuming alcohol? This is what the BJP is claiming. On that claim, Aam Aadmi Party is saying that nothing of this sort has happened, and all this is a lie, and a conspiracy has been hatched by BJP because it wants to take over the mayor post. Remember that today all the councillors had gathered there at Civic Center to elect mayor, and it could not happen because of the violence which we saw. Now what we are learning is that Delhi BJP leaders, all MLAs, MPs, councillors, top leadership of BJP, organizational leaders, all of them are going to sit on protest tomorrow at Rajghat against today's attack on BJP councillors. Niranjan.
Yes. In fact, you spoke to some of those who are injured. We have the full sequence. Look at those pictures, ladies and gentlemen. Play those pictures full frame. That's what they did. Full frame, the pictures in the middle. Jumping over each other, jumping over the house. You elected them. The people of the national capital elected them. Jumping over each other, kicking each other, holding each other's hands, punching, fisting, all in a day's work for elected representatives. Shameful pictures.
Two councillors are hurt and they have now been taken to RML. Their MLC is going to be done. Delhi BJP President, Working President Virendra Sachdeva is right now there at RML to get the MLC done of all these corporators who are injured. Remember that since morning we are seeing these pictures of not only sloganing but also violence coming in from Delhi Civic Center. Let me also try to show you here how the confrontation is still going on. We are seeing how BJP workers and Aam Aadmi Party workers are raising slogans against each other here at this very venue where the elections for the mayoral post was all set to be done, but it could not happen because of the continuous ruckus. लगातार आप लोगों की क्या मांग?
केजरीवाल चोर है।
मांग क्या?
केजरीवाल चोर है। केजरीवाल चोर है। इस्तीफा दो। केजरीवाल इस्तीफा दो। केजरीवाल इस्तीफा दो। केजरीवाल डर गया।
क्यों डर गया? क्या हुआ?
केजरीवाल इसलिए डर गया, उनको डर था कि मेयर जो है बीजेपी का न बन जाए, क्योंकि उसकी क्रॉसिंग वोटिंग हो सकती है। वो अपने स्टाफ को जो जीत कर आए ना वो जानता है। मेरी तरह ये भी बेईमान है।
Niranjan, we are also seeing these pictures coming in from the Delhi's Civic Center where this protest going on, and right as we are speaking, these BJP workers are protesting right in front of the entry gate of Delhi Civic Center, where we saw the pictures of not only sloganing but also massive violence which erupted inside the house.
A short break. Now we have some breaking news from Bengal on the fight over the Vande Bharat Express, the attacks on it, and the political blame game that's on. Another minister has made a comment. We're back with those pictures and the political controversial reactions.
I'm Gursimran Singh in Jammu, and this is Republic.
And here's a quick look at what else is making news across the world this morning. The UN Security Council held an emergency meeting at the request of Palestinians and other Islamic and non-Islamic nations to protest the visit of the ultra-nationalist Israeli cabinet minister to a Jerusalem holy site. The Palestinian UN ambassador cited widespread condemnation of Ben Gvir's visit.
On 3rd January, Israel's new Minister of National Security, Itamar Ben-Gvir, conducted a visit accompanied by heavy security detail to the holy site in Jerusalem. The visit was the first to the site by an Israeli minister since 2017. While the visit was not accompanied or followed by violence, it is seen as particularly inflammatory given Mr. Ben-Gvir's past advocacy for changes to the status quo.
Overnight rains have caused streets to be flooded in downtown Santa Barbara. An atmospheric river is moving further south as people living in flood-prone areas of Montecito went to their closest rescue station. The U.S. Coast Guard has removed more than 300 Cuban migrants from a remote island off the Florida coast. More than 4,400 Cubans and Haitians have arrived in Florida since August amid deepening and compounding political and economic crises in both countries. Arizona's newest governor, Katie Hobbs, was officially sworn in. The inauguration event for Hobbs and several other elected officials took place at Arizona's state capital near downtown Phoenix. Dangerous conditions caused by enormous waves and high tides have impacted the Santa Cruz coastline, forcing evacuations and resulting in damage to multiple piers. According to sources, significant damage has been caused in major areas and will be closed till further notice. Roadblocks and protests continue across Peru as people demand President Dina Boluarte to step down and the Congress to be closed. However, the president said that the police and the army are working lawfully to protect public peace and said only a few groups are protesting. A powerful storm heading towards California has prompted the governor to declare an emergency in the state. State authorities have stockpiled emergency supplies and urged people to avoid non-essential travel since dangerous conditions are expected in the coming days. Maxar Technologies released satellite images showing large-scale destruction of the city of Bakhmut in eastern Ukraine after months of heavy Russian bombardment. The U.S. House has been adjourned for the third day without electing a new speaker after Kevin McCarthy continued to suffer a string of defeats in multiple rounds of voting. As the fight for the speaker drags on, it has now become the longest speaker contest in 164 years. Mercedes-Benz says that it will build its own worldwide electric vehicle charging network starting in North America in a bid to compete with EV sales leader Tesla. The company said that Mercedes' branded network will open to owners of all electric vehicles.
I am Priyanka Sharma from Gujarat and this is Republic.
There have been two back-to-back attacks on the Vande Bharat Express in West Bengal, and after Mamata Banerjee, the West Bengal Chief Minister, her Minister Udayan Guha has now said that the reason for back-to-back attacks is the overpriced tickets and substandard services.
আর সাধারণ গাড়িকে বন্দে ভারত নাম দিয়ে তার ভাড়া বন্দে ভারতের নিয়ে
Union Development Minister, North Bengal Development Minister of West Bengal, Udayan Guha is saying that normal bogies of railway has been colored, it has been painted, refurbished, and they have been rebranded as Vande Bharat Express. So usually there will be a sense of irritation among the passengers. The passengers will be angry, and then only this kind of things happen when you are charging such a hefty price in the name of Vande Bharat, and the car is getting service like a local train. The speed of the train is like a local train. Then obviously there will be dissatisfaction, and the people will be angry regarding this entire thing.
60 কিলোমিটার বেগে গাড়ি চলবে, অথচ হাওড়া থেকে নিউ জলপাইগুড়ি আসতে 8 ঘন্টা সময় লাগবে।
The train is flying at the speed of 160 kilometers, but from Howrah to New Jalpaiguri, it will take 8 hours. How can this be justified? Because other trains are similarly taking the same time, but it's much lesser in fares.
So that was the translation by Mayuk from the Republic Bangla team to what the West Bengal minister was saying. We'll take a short break, but we are back with the Anjali killing case in New Delhi, the hit and run. There's another CCTV video that's emerged that shows both Anjali and her friend Nidhi with another boy minutes or hours before the death, the killing. Nobody knows who he is. We have more questions.
On to international updates. UN Security Council held an emergency meeting at the request of the Palestinians and other Islamic and non-Islamic nations to protest the visit of ultra-nationalist Israeli cabinet minister to a Jerusalem holy site. The Palestinian UN ambassador cited widespread condemnation of Ben-Gvir's visit. Overnight rains have caused streets to flood in downtown Santa Barbara. An atmospheric river is moving further south as people living in flood-prone areas of Montecito went to their closet rescue station.
Amity faculty have filed over 1,700 patents. Yet another reason why Amity has been conferred with the National Intellectual Property Award by Government of India for being the top Indian academic institution for patents and commercialization.
And a quick check of the other top stories we are tracking for you this morning. Sunil Shetty met Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath in Mumbai to talk about film opportunities in Uttar Pradesh. During the visit, the actor mentioned about anti-Bollywood trends in social media and reportedly sought help from the UP Chief Minister, also assuring him that 99% in the industry do not do drugs or any sort of wrong work.
लोगों तक ये पहुंचाना बहुत जरूरी है कि हम अच्छा भी बहुत काम कर चुके हैं। हमारे बीच एक रॉटन एप्पल तो कहीं भी होता ही है, लेकिन उसमें हम सबको आप लोग नहीं गिन सकते कि हम सब ऐसे हैं, क्योंकि फिलहाल ऑडियंस के दिमाग में यही है कि बॉलीवुड यानी हिंदी सिनेमा यानी जगह अच्छी नहीं है। हमने अच्छी फिल्में भी की है, मैं बॉर्डर जैसी फिल्में भी था और बाकी काफी अच्छी फिल्में में रहा हूँ। तो यही है कि ये जो परसेप्शन हमारा चल रहा है कि हैशटैग बॉयकॉट बॉलीवुड, वो हम सबको मिलकर उसे कैसे हटाया जा सकता है।
In the Shraddha Walkar death case, accused Aftab Amin Poonawalla will be produced before the Saket court or in New Delhi today. Delhi police will soon record the statement of crew members in connection to the Air India incident that took place on the 26th of November. And according to sources, Air India's crew members and pilots who are currently in Mumbai have been asked to appear before the police as well. Ten days after the shocking November 26th incident on a New York-Delhi Air India flight, another episode of a drunk male passenger allegedly urinating on a female passenger's blanket was reported on a Paris-Delhi sector flight, but there was no penal action after he gave a written apology. BJP National President JP Nadda slams Congress leader and former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Earlier, Congress leader Siddaramaiah called Basavaraj Bommai a puppy before Prime Minister Modi. Condemning the statement, BJP President JP Nadda said that the former Chief Minister of Karnataka has given a very wrong statement. This is an insult.
Delhi police officials arrived at the Mumbai residence of the accused Shankar Mishra in the Air India P-gate episode, but the door was locked of his residence. They had to leave. Meanwhile, the Delhi police has also sent a team to the Bengaluru Wells Fargo office to get more details of the accused. Delhi police also called the pilot and the co-pilot of the Air India flight in connection with the Air India P-gate episode. Apart from the two, the police also expanded its probe. Other crew members have also been called in for questioning. Shankar Mishra's lawyers issued a statement saying that their client had got the lady victim's clothes and bags cleaned, and instead of apologizing, Shankar Mishra has unleashed his lawyers to question the victim's version.
On to international updates. UN Security Council held an emergency meeting at the request of the Palestinians and other Islamic and non-Islamic nations to protest the visit of ultra-nationalist Israeli cabinet minister to a Jerusalem holy site. The Palestinian UN ambassador cited widespread condemnation of Ben-Gvir's visit. Overnight rains have caused streets to flood in downtown Santa Barbara. An atmospheric river is moving further south as people living in flood-prone areas of Montecito went to their closet rescue station. And a quick check of the other top stories we are tracking for you this morning. Sunil Shetty met Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath in Mumbai to talk about film opportunities in Uttar Pradesh. During the visit, the actor mentioned about anti-Bollywood trends in social media and reportedly sought help from the UP Chief Minister, also assuring him that 99% in the industry do not do drugs or any sort of wrong work.
लोगों तक ये पहुंचाना बहुत जरूरी है कि हम अच्छा भी बहुत काम कर चुके हैं। हमारे बीच एक रॉटन एप्पल तो कहीं भी होता ही है, लेकिन उसमें हम सबको आप लोग नहीं गिन सकते कि हम सब ऐसे हैं, क्योंकि फिलहाल ऑडियंस के दिमाग में यही है कि बॉलीवुड यानी हिंदी सिनेमा यानी जगह अच्छी नहीं है। हमने अच्छी फिल्में भी की है। मैं बॉर्डर जैसी फिल्में भी था और बाकी काफी अच्छी फिल्में में रहा हूँ। तो यही है कि ये जो परसेप्शन हमारा चल रहा है कि हैशटैग बॉयकॉट बॉलीवुड, वो हम सबको मिलकर उसे कैसे हटाया जा सकता है।
In the Shraddha Walkar death case, accused Aftab Amin Poonawalla will be produced before the Saket court or in New Delhi today. Delhi police will soon record the statement of crew members in connection to the Air India incident that took place on the 26th of November. And according to sources, Air India's crew members and pilots who are currently in Mumbai have been asked to appear before the police as well. Ten days after the shocking November 26th incident on a New York-Delhi Air India flight, Another episode of a drunk male passenger allegedly urinating on a female passenger's blanket was reported on a Paris-Delhi sector flight, but there was no penal action after he gave a written apology. BJP National President JP Nadda slams Congress leader and former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Earlier, Congress leader Siddaramaiah called Basavaraj Bommai a puppy before Prime Minister Modi. Condemning the statement, BJP President JP Nadda said that the former Chief Minister of Karnataka has given a very wrong statement. This is an insult. TMC leader Saket Gokhale's bail has been denied by the court in Ahmedabad in connection to the crowdfunding misuse case. Gokhale was subsequently sent to jail under judicial custody. He will now have to approach the Sessions Court for relief.
Republic, 45.7%. Republic TV has 331% more viewership than News 18 in super prime time. Content supremacy destroys the landing experiment.
India is number one manufacturer of two-wheelers in the world. Number one also in tractors. Number two in buses. Number three in trucks. Number four in passenger vehicles. And very shortly we will be number three, overtaking Japan. Just wait for a couple of years.
I've told that you've taken some 800 acres. You are investing some 20,000 or 18,000 crore rupees in a Haryana plant.
Correct.
So you're also preparing for the future. That shows your commitment.
Its capacity is 1 million cars annually. So this is going to be
one of the largest in the world.
Not one of the largest. It is the largest.
Good evening. Welcome to Republic TV. I'm Ridhuman and Bhardwaj on the biggest story tonight. And what could it be except it's fists, it's punches, it's fights. And who's doing this? It's your and mine political representatives. They are fighting like children, like cats and dogs, and right here in the temple of our democracy, in the house that takes place in the Delhi. Now, what is the most important thing that has to be seen here, viewers, before I go across to the headlines is, will our political representatives behave in this manner and will this continue to be allowed? That's our top key focus.